for the fans. The glory for the pinstripes.
All right, Yanks Nation, welcome back to Yankees Fan Central. This is your trusted source for everything about our Bronx Bombers. I'm your host, and today I am bringing you an absolute bombshell. One of those situations that could define our entire offseason, and it's coming straight out of Cleveland. I'm talking about an opportunity that has emerged from absolute chaos, and you know what we say, when there's blood in the water, the evil empire has to strike. The news rocking MLB right now is serious. Cleveland Guardians pitchers Emmanuel Claus and Luis Ortiz have been formally indicted by the FBI. This isn't some back-end rumor, folks. We are talking about staggering criminal charges for allegedly manipulating pitches to fix betting odds over several years. Both men are facing the possibility of over 60 years in prison. This is devastating for the Guardians organization. They were put on administrative leave back in August, but now, with the official indictment, that franchise is in total crisis mode, and this is exactly where Brian Cashman and the New York Yankees come in. With an organization in shambles, desperate to change the narrative and maybe reevaluate their entire future, a window has opened, and the name at the center of that window is outfielder Stephen Kwan. We all knew this offseason was going to be critical for our outfield, especially with Cody Bellinger exercising his player option and hitting free agency. And Bellinger wants the long-term bag, and frankly, he's probably going to get it elsewhere. That leaves a massive hole in left field for us. Kwan, who is 28 years old and still has 2 years of team control, is perhaps the smartest solution available on the trade market. Let's look at the numbers from 2025. Kwan hit .272 with an on-base percentage of .330 and a slugging of .374. That's a .704 OPS. He hit 11 home runs and played in 156 games. Now, those aren't Bellinger-level power numbers, but that's not what Kwan brings. He brings elite contact, an incredibly low strikeout rate, and rock-solid defense in left. He's a guy who fits perfectly at the top or bottom of our lineup, a guy who keeps the line moving for the big bats. And with that short porch at the stadium, those 11 homers could easily jump to 15, maybe 18. The real story here is the leverage. Even before this scandal exploded, Stephen Kwan was a hot name in trade talks. Bob Nightingale, over at USA Today, a source I trust, reported that the Dodgers were close to landing Kwan at last season's trade deadline. Nightingale flat out stated that Los Angeles will be after him again and that the price tag will be steep. The Dodgers have a loaded farm system and are direct competitors for any talent we want. However, the betting scandal changes the math for Cleveland. The Guardians front office is under intense pressure. They might be more inclined to make a move now to turn the page on this PR disaster than they were in July. They might be willing to accept a slightly smaller package just to show movement and reset their clubhouse. This is where the conversation gets tough for us, the bleacher creatures. The cost to get 2 years of a player of Kwan's caliber. Cleveland is going to want high-end prospects. And the first name they're going to ask for, without a doubt, is Jason Dominguez. The Martian had a rough 2025. Let's be objective. After a promising 2024, he struggled. He was chasing breaking balls, and the power just wasn't there. Does the front office still believe in him? Of course, but you have to give value to get value. A realistic package probably starts with Dominguez and requires at least 1 or 2 more quality pitching prospects. The question Cashman is facing is this: do we trade the potential superstardom of Dominguez for a solid win-now guarantee like Kwan? With Aaron Judge and Garrett Cole in their prime. The window is now. We cannot afford to go into 2026 with a black hole in the outfield, hoping Dominguez figures it out. The Dodgers will be aggressive. Nightingale also mentioned that the Yankees are viewed by other GMs as the biggest buyers in free agency. But this Kwan trade might be smarter than overpaying on the market. We capitalize on Cleveland's unfortunate situation and solidify this roster for a real run in 2026. So the bottom line is this: the chaos in Cleveland with the Klaas and Ortiz betting scandal has kicked open a door. With Cody Bellinger likely walking, Stephen Kwan, with his 2 years of control, is the most logical, gettable replacement via trade. The strategic question I'm leaving for you, Yanks Nation, is this: do you pull the trigger? Do you risk the future ceiling of Jason Dominguez to secure the high floor of Stephen Kwan right now? Do you believe Kwan is the missing piece to balance this lineup for a World Series run? I need to know exactly what you think. Drop it all in the comments below. Do you make that trade, Dominguez plus for Kwan? Don't forget to hit that like button if you appreciate this deep dive analysis. Subscribe to Yankees Fan Central, and most importantly, ring that bell for notifications. I bring you the news and the breakdowns the second they happen. Stay locked in, Bombers fans.